actually doing it. Alright, let's see here. Did that just go live? Come on.
We're watching.
Oh, there we go. Frost Brew is live. There we go. Alright, sorry about that. Alright. In fact, can I hear myself just fine? Alright. Cool, cool. We are going. Alright, let's go ahead and hit play. I'm going to go ahead and get this reshared. So that way everyone knows that I just went live. Alright, alright. And we are live. There we go. There we go. And I'll just, Alright, there we go. See if this actually works. Why is it looking like that? What the hell? Alright, well. Hey, welcome into Simplistic. Alright. Alright, that isn't too bothersome with it being shrunken down into the side like that, is it? I don't know how to fix that. Yeah, we can roll with it. Shouldn't be too bad, you know. Of course, everyone has seen this 1,000 times, so.
Stand up.
Alright.
There you go. You were dreaming.
Starting a new
What's your name?
new playthrough, Morrowind, in OBS. Yeah, I'm using OBS. Alright, probably click it on the window and resize. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could. It's weird, because it shouldn't be doing that, because I have it set to record camera, and it's different for me. It's actually showing more full size. I'm going to go ahead and try this. Because we just start. We can literally just run through this once more. Alright. Appreciate you helping me here to Simplistic. How would I get this going? Yeah, resizing. Cause, yeah, I don't. Here, if I just open it again, maybe it would fix it. Just resetting. Cause, hmm. Cause yeah, it shouldn't be messing with it like that. Let's see here, because it's recording everything I see on my full screen. So it should be full size, but it's not. That is so strange and so bizarre. Wow. Open it in Alt Tab to OBS. Okay, so music file not found. What the heck? And it won't even. Okay, let's see here. Alt Tab. Oh. There we go. Here. I guess we have to close out of that. Since it won't. What the hell? What the hell? There we go. Okay, I don't know. Alright. Tell you what, if I go to scene 2 is, okay, so game capture, if I, you know what, so if that's set to game capture, I wonder if that would actually show. Here, we're going to experiment, click yes. Yeah, oh, an error has occurred. What the hell? Okay. An error has occurred while launching this game. Disk write error. Okay, wait a minute, no. No, okay. Hang on, I'm going to need the full for this. Okay. Uh, it prompts you to close the game when that shows. Okay. Because it's not letting me play now. I think something just screwed up. Yeah, error occurred while launching the game. Okay. Library, Steam apps, Common, Morrowind. That shouldn't be happening. Wow. Okay. Now let me see where it is again. Okay, so Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, Morrowind. Oh, wait a minute. I know what it is. I know what just happened. Okay, so this thing is so finicky. There we go. That should work. My external drive popped out, so it didn't have the actual. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, tell you what. If I just set this back to this, okay, it should blacken the screen, but once it opens, we'll see. We'll see if it goes through, and actually does this properly. Having it set to game screen. Alright, alright. Going off to a great start on my first my first proper PC stream, huh? Modded Morrowind. Glad I've never had that issue with Daggerfall. I'd freak the heck out during a recording session like that. Like, no, what happened to my Daggerfall? Alright, well, it should start to show. We'll see. We'll give it a second to see if. Okay, so the music's going. This is the only way I can get it to work then. Can you resize Morrowind to your screen size, like 1080 instead of 480? Hmm. Because I'm not sure how I'm supposed to edit this here. Let's see here. How am I supposed to edit the screens itself, you know? Because it seems to be actually getting the game audio. You know, I know like half OBS, you know. I only know the bare minimum to get some stuff going. Alright, let's see here. Add, application, capture. Nope. Okay, let's see here. Okay, full screen projection source, window projection source, transform. How am I supposed to get it set up to where? Wait, okay. Yeah, like properties. Okay, properties, I can pull that up. Capture third-party overlays, such as a stream. Limit capture frame rate. Allow transparency. Capture full screen operation. Specific window. Oh wait, there we go. If I set it to that, now if I set this up, let's see, maybe I just got it fixed. We'll see in a second. Alright. Nope, doesn't look like I got it fixed. Still blank screen. See, that's... And I can't even use anything in Morrowind. Wait a minute. What? Yeah, so Morrowind's busted like that. Okay. Alright. Display capture. Display capture. Hang on. So, that's what I'm supposed to have up, huh? Okay, so display capture. Yeah, okay, we'll have that. Automatic. Oh, capture method. Okay. So which one would I do then? Because of course these names are very descriptive, right? Like, because of course I only have one monitor, my laptop screen, you know. Desktop duplication. There's window. Ah, here. Display capture. If I hang on. I see something in Discord. Oh, I'll check that later after stream. Alright. We'll try this and see if maybe that will, like, it'll be black, but, you know, that's fine. Alright, let's see here. Alright. Alright, let's see here. Windows 10. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working too well. So, Alt Tab. I'll go ahead and add group selected, copy, set frame, order, transform, yada yada. Properties, there we go. Windows 10. Okay, that should do something at the very least. Okay. Alright, let's see here. I have it set to Windows 10, it might. Just might. Yeah, because I've had automatic for my other, and that's what the problem was. Here, let me go ahead and reset Morrowind, since it doesn't like alt-tabbing, apparently. Apparently it hates alt-tabbing. If I alt-tab out of Morrowind, yeah, it's even with that setup. Okay. So I may as well just be on scene 1 then. Okay, well, what is that you see, or is it full screen? Because, okay, so when it has the full box setup, like the box screen actually fills up like most of my screen. Like you wouldn't be able to see it, but this bottom section right here is like on the bottom of my screen. I can actually close that application because, okay, we're going to have to see if it kept that option because it deletes all of my buttons and prevents me from actually being able to play Morrowind. You know? So if it didn't just fix it, okay, it didn't fix it. You know what, screw it. It's we're gonna have to figure this out later. We're just gonna have to work with it. Because I already tried, and yeah,
Stand
it
up.
does. It really likes to reset all of my options every time I start up. It like every single time I start up my game, it resets every single option. So I tried setting my
This is
options to
where you
something
belong.
that's a
Come
bit
with me.
more viable. Um, but of course, it just keeps resetting every single time. So I'm going to get used to the default controls, basically. That's what I'm going to do. Because, of course, it's just... Whew. And, of course, I'm just going to have to reset anything anytime I start a new game. And at this point, if I'm just over here, you know, resetting all the controls every single stream, it would kind of get old very
This is where they
fast,
want
so I
you.
guess I may as well
Down to the
just
wire.
reset audio every
We
stream at
finally
the very
arrived,
least.
but our records don't show from where.
Because it's based on character saves, I think. Yeah, and I've saved characters. I made many character saves with new options, and it still didn't hold. I think it might have something to do with mods, the different mods I got installed. Speaking of which, Are you kidding me? Okay, something really screwed up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All of our mods are not active. Wait a minute. Okay, I think something properly... The settings and controls. Yeah. Settings and controls, they... Okay, let's see here. Options. Okay. Set to full screen here. Window full screen. Okay, it won't let me. Data files. There we go. Okay, if I hit. Oh. I think it's. If I hit. Yeah, I gotta double click everything again to get all of my mods reactivated. Oh, wait. Save files. Okay, I see. Oh. Okay. Alright. Well, there we go. I got the mods re-enabled. We should be able to actually do something here. Alright. And tell you what. Of course it didn't save. Alright. I'm going to set up some controls and settings for this one character. And we're going to see if it stays for the actual playthrough. If it doesn't, then I'm just not going to worry about it whenever I start doing more streams with this. Because I am going to do multiple streams, and we've already did half an hour of just getting the game set up, basically. Alright. This should allow us into the new game.
Stand up. There you go.
Yep.
You were dreaming.
Very loud. Very, very loud.
What's your name?
Go ahead and lower that. Alright, alright. Let's see here. Enable those. Tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and start getting this set up so use a zero mouse, see how that works. Okay, let's see here. I know that some of these controls are a bit screwy, but I should be able to set that to mouse 1. That should make more sense. Let's see here. Inventory is somewhere over here. Menu mode, that's right. Maybe I can set that to... Nope, that's console. Let's set that to Alt. Left Alt, will that change anything else? Yeah, that should be manageable. Alright. Go ahead and increase the sensitivity so I can actually look around a bit better, because God forbid I don't get to look around any. Widen the screen. Alright. Now, real-time shadows. Leave those off. Camera controls. Yeah, set that up. View distance far. Alright. Alright.
Well, not even last night stole my
There
wage.
we go.
I heard them say we've reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go.
Now I'm actually set up with some proper controls. And this game will actually function a bit more
Here comes the car.
how I
This is
would
where
imagine
we
an
get
Elder
off.
Scrolls
Come
game
with
would
me.
function. I can be used to E being jump, you know. Spacebar being technically useless. But you know, it is what it is.
Get yourself up.
Alright. Now,
This is where
for
they
the
want
moment
you.
of
Go down
truth.
to the dock and I'll show you to the
Alright.
You finally arrived. That show from well.
Now, I got Tamriel Rebuilt on, and plenty other mods, adding many more races and many more, as you can see. So of course, I want to play as a race that you don't get to play in any other Elder Scrolls game, and is really the closest you can get to a frost troll here in the Elder Scrolls series, especially modded. So we got ourselves a nice old monkey man here, an Imga. And of course Imgas get plus 15 to speechcraft, plus 10 to mysticism and hand-to-hand. They get plus 5 to acrobatics and mercantile. You know, they're pretty nice. They're definitely pretty nice. And they're also as tall as high elves, so
Follow me up to
we
the office and
definitely
they'll finish your release.
can size up some Imperials. And of course, before we even get started with basically going into the main continent itself, I am going to actually get my Imga here actually set up a good bit, you know? Because I do want to actually have some gear going in. And so, I'm going to get my class set up here, and you know, strength and intelligence probably serves right. I definitely want a good speechcraft build. I'm thinking just setting up a basic Imga, actually, like your stereotypical Imga would be great. Let's see here, so that would be acrobatics, and of course, mercantile. Alright, so that's all our major skills set up. And I'm thinking maybe, yeah, I can go with some of the other magic schools, because there are, of course, a whole bunch of magic schools in the game. And, you know, being good with all of them would be pretty nice. And I guess just specializing in mysticism in particular would be really good. Of course, this would mean we don't really have a fighting chance outside of hand-to-hand, but I can work with that, you know, I can actually work with that. Hand-to-hand is actually pretty nice. It's not the worst. And of course, I'm going to call this the Monkey Monk. Ooh. There we go. A Monkey Monk. Class description. Will beat you up. Ooh. Will throw hands. Go bananas. And partakes. Partakes. In monkey business. Alright. There we go. That should work. Alright. Throws hands. Okay, we'll throw hands, go bananas, and partake in monkey business. That's our monkey monk. Alright.
Very
So
good.
we're old
The letter that
Harambe the
preceded you
monkey monk.
mentioned you were born under a certain
And what
sign.
sign would
And
old
what would that
Harambe be
be?
born under? Well, of course. Yes. I feel like Atronach would be stupid. Atronach would just straight up be dumb. Mage seems like a very good, safe bet, because, you know, just plus 0.5. You know, that's pretty good. However, if I'm going this route, thinking, you know, because there are definitely some really good ones that not very many people use. I mean, the lover is kind of dumb. Lady's pretty busted. Lord is just straight up stupid. Ritual is pretty neat. However, I think we could get some good use out of the shadow. You know, because the shadow is one of my favorite signs. Invisibility for 60 seconds is
Interesting.
pretty nasty.
Now, before I stamp these
It
papers, make
is
sure this information is
underrated, to say the least. A lot of people try to say, oh, well, shadow, it's only invisibility. It's not like it's chameleon. Yeah, and? Of course, we definitely need to get our endurance up, and you know what, now that I'm looking at it, here, we're going to go ahead and go lady, because we start with a 30 endurance as an MGUS, so we're definitely going to want to up that, and especially our personality, because we do want to speak nice, and we do want to handle our situations more passively, to say the least. Alright, but of course starting with a 45 hand-to-hand is definitely going to be sweet, and we're definitely going to need to grind that up
show your papers to the
as
captain
much as
and
possible.
get a release fee.
Let's go ahead and take that. And of course we got menu mode. And with menu mode we can just go ahead and 1, 2. Alright, there we go, there we go. Alright, that should work. We got ourselves the limeware platter. We're going to get us some good gear in here. We're going to get our build nice and set up and running. Of course, one thing I noticed with PC is you have to physically hover over the OK or the take button on any item. So it's like, you know, whenever, especially when you're doing a tutorial. So, you know, you just have to be ever so careful with your mouse and actually move your mouse around more, which sounds like it's, you know, normal, especially normal for most PC players, but Xbox definitely makes it a lot easier, since all you have to do is just spam A, because A will default to the A will literally just be your basic interact button. So, you know, you could just walk through a stack, spam A, like shoot, to loot this crate here, in fact, it's not even set up the way I remember having this set up. So let me just alter this to my usual setup real quick for PC Morrowind. If I just stretch this out here, and then take the container and just stretch this out. Yeah, and like in Xbox, all you have to do is just, you know, hover in the top left corner and just spam A to loot any container to get all of it out. Either that, or you could just press X to take all. And of course you can just take all in Morrowind, but it's like, it actually works pretty nice in Xbox. Alright. Excuse me. Alright. Alright. Got us some nice starting gold there. Of course, we will get a lot more. We're definitely going to want a lot of gold if we're going to go to Tamriel Rebuilt. And of course, I'm not going to grind this character to like an absolute apex before we go into the mainland, but I do want to get him grinded up a good bit, you know, to a substantial amount, to the very least, you know. I want him to be powerful enough to handle himself in a fight, you know. I don't want him to be a god that can just nuke the place, but I want him to be able to walk into place and at least be able to survive, say, assassination attempts from the Dark Brotherhood, for instance. You know, I want Harambe to actually survive a hit or two. And of course I'm going to be achieving exactly that here in Satanin, because of course PC Morrowind doesn't really differ from Xbox Morrowind too much when it comes to the locations and quests and all. So, oh, excuse me. So I can actually get a good quest growing here. Let's see here. Oh, there's a mini map. And please tell me that is not the size of the actual map, or is that just a basic mini map? Okay, that is the basic mini map, and of course, everything just overlaps atop each other because it just went back to default controls. Yeah, so the main map here is absolutely massive. However, there's definitely some good adjustments that can be made here. I'm going to adjust the setup so it's actually more akin to my usual setup. Here, if I just set this here, like so. Alright, there we go. And now, I'm going to move this up. Make sure it's at the absolute apex here. Because of course you can see that, oh wow, we got plenty of areas we can explore here, especially out here. And of course in today's stream and the following streams we'll be exploring this area, the mainland, but in later streams we may have Harambe go out to the imperialized province of Cyrodiil and the Nordic province of Skyrim. I actually go back to Skyrim. Yeah, but of course we can just recenter here, and I guess if we zoom in all the way, that would actually be really good for fitting in the corner right about here. Let's see here. So if I fit this in the corner right here like so, extend my magic menu to be as tall as possible, but then shrink it down to be more like a booklet list, and then stretch my inventory to be a little wider. I'm going to lock the map. Oh, that actually changes your mini-map out. Ooh. Well, you know what? A small mini-map that tiny is significantly useless compared to the Xbox's mini-map. So I'm going to have the mini-map being a little bigger. And being in the top right, since that's more akin to what I'm used to, being able to see the mini-map in like the top corner of my screen. And yeah, my stats being this wide here. Let's see here. If I stretch this down so that fits in, then stretch this up, there we go. Make Harambe nice and tall, and there we go, that should be saved. Alright. And we will actually see if Harambe's whole option setup is stay saved, you know?
Your papers,
Because a
please.
lot of stuff was saved when I first started doing this, it just didn't save all the way. And can I? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just realized I can stretch dialogue windows. Hang on, hang on. Let me just make dialogue windows a little more excessive. There we go. That should be more manageable. Alright. First, let me take your identification papers. Thank you. Word of your arrivals reached yesterday. Yada yada. Background. Morrowind. What are my duties? Who's your Septum? Who's Kai's Casades? Where's Balmora? What's the Empire? What's a Silt Strider? Alright, alright. Oh, what's your trade? What's my duties? What's an Imperial? There we go. Alright, that's all topics nice and situated. And of course, if I really wanted to, I could try and sneak this key out of here, but, he's sitting there and I don't have, like, good illusion magic at the moment. So, big whoop. Alright, now, of course, I'm going to get some good old stuff set up and done, so I'm going to go ahead and give Fargoth his ring. That's going to improve the old high elf up here in his dialogue. Alright. Alright. Hello, Ariel. Alright, we're going to go ahead and buy and sell some stuff, and of course dialogue windows of, mercantile windows have reset, so I'm just going to go ahead and stretch this out this far, and go ahead and stretch this out this far, and tell you what, I feel like mercantile windows could be about that short, and inventory can be about this tall, you know, just make Harambe feel more significant than any merchant I talk to, you know? It makes sense. Let's see here. And of course you can just click to send stuff over. Of course, in Xbox Morrowind you wouldn't have to hover over to click OK every time you try to click on a stack. Again, you could just spam A on the same item and it would just automatically hit OK, which is kinda busted. And you know, I am kinda used to that feature because, yeah, it's one of the main things about me starting a new playthrough is just spamming A on the top left item in my inventory to sell everything except for the package of Caius Casades, the Fairmont paper I need to sell. My gold I keep. Ingredients, it usually depends on if I'm an alchemist or not. If I'm going alchemist, then I usually keep what has restore fatigue at the moment, just so I can make some good potions. Let's see here. Get everything nice and over. Of course, alcohol is always a sell, because you know the alcohol here isn't like Sujama or anything. And funnily enough, Imgas start with common shoes equipped, but they physically cannot wear shoes, being a beast race. And you can even see it when you unequip your shoes, your feet unfurl, and if you try to equip any more shoes, the game will literally tell you, oh, Imgas cannot wear shoes. They're a beast race. They also can't wear helmets in general, which, you know, are two major downsides. The fact that I cannot wear any headpiece, including the fashion of all beast races, nor can I wear shoes. However, despite that, I just realized I don't even have any armor skills. Um, huh. So really, just about everything is fair game then, in that case. Looks like light armor is, of course, more protective than any other armor type here. Because, of course, it would, because I have thief skills increased a good bit, so I'm just going to buy a nice setup of chitin. Get chitin on my skin. Alright, and let's see here. So your gold, solar gold, total sold. Alright, let's see here. I don't have any weapon skills neither, so weapons are useless. Alchemy supplies are useless. I guess I can look for scrolls. City intervention may be useful. I might actually want some Argent Glow, though. Let's see here. Yeah, that would... Yeah, that would actually be perfect. Here, let me go ahead and sell for 50. Offer. Refused offer. 49. Offer. Here, let me go for 45. Offer. Yeah, he accepted 45. Alright. Well, that happened. Alright.
Please, madam, I am at your service.
Did I Select female? Wait, what? Or was he talking to... You know, forget it. Alright. Um... Alright, let's go ahead and get nice armor set up. And we're going to go ahead and get our first little bit of gold here. We're going to recover some gold from Fargoth's hiding place. I'll do it. And of course, just saying I'll do it there is going to, of course, just start the quest and allow me to actually get it. And I guess I can just use this guy as Admire XP for Speechcraft. You know, just to get some good experience in here for Speechcraft. And man, being able to just keep this open and spam Admire is definitely great. Yeah, I do want to get my Speechcrafts just a little bit of trained. Just train a little bit, you know? I suppose I could... You know, I might actually train this all the way up to 10 just so I can get some more Speechcraft in. Because, yeah, I guess we can be here for a second. Speechcraft 60 is actually a really good place to have your Speechcraft at, because it really helps a lot. And, of course, just being a true pacifist like this is kind of just fun. Alright. Of course, this is going to take a sec, but, you know, this is just how grinding works. Just want to thank everyone who's coming in to watch. Notice no one is really all that active in the chat. It was just too simplistic with helping me out with OBS, which I do appreciate that. Managed to actually get this figured out for something good. And let's see here. This should be getting close to good enough. We got 56. Of course, Hriskar is probably just the most confused person for the moment, because he's probably wondering why there's a 7-foot tall silverback just telling this guy he smells nice and stuff. And, of course, there's a lot of successes in here. So, you know, you can definitely tell he's enjoying this. As much as he wants me to leave, he's still enjoying it. Which is funny. Man, my finger is just starting to get a bit tired doing this, though. Imagine if I got an auto-clicker set up with this. I do have an auto-clicker, I just don't know how to get it set up properly to really mess with stuff, but if I managed to get an auto-clicker going for Admire, I could really just automatically go to 100% Speechcraft on any character. Alright, and now it's time for us to go ahead and... Can I click goodbye? Oh, right, I have to click close and then goodbye. Alright, and now we've just went and did that. Oh yeah, and E is to jump. Alright, let's go ahead and make our way back to here. In fact, if I use the secret path back here that I use to kill Jib on any playthroughs I want to kill him on, you would see a ghost ship first of all. That is very hilarious. That is actually probably a bug going with the fact that I have a mod that is trying to go with a plugin I don't have. You know, because you can even see it on the main map when I leave this place. Here, until fully healed. Saving. There we go. Alright. And before we even leave out, we have 70 personality now. Here, I'm going to put a point into endurance. There we go. Alright, because I do want to max out my endurance. And of course, doing that, you can see we're level 2, Imga, Monkey Monk. And we have 52 health, which is nice. Alright. Now, I'm going to go here, and as you can see from... Oh. As you can see from the world map, Fort Firemoth, its island, is right here because of this mod here. However, it's not fully active, like the quests probably isn't fully active with it, simply due to the fact that, I don't have the actual plugin. But, I guess it just figures itself out enough to actually set Port Firemoth there and actually have it working, because I did go there once, and it actually is there. You know, it's there. Now, we're going to, of course, go ahead and punch a mud crab until I get all the experience from that, so I guess I can increase my speed skill a bit. And of course, doing so, I'm going to go here. What is sneak normally? Oh, not that, that's for sure. Oh, it's searchal. Control. Alright, so control is sneak. Nice. So I'm getting used to PC. And at least some of the default controls. I do want to try and learn the default controls a good bit. Of course, if I sneak here, I can just look a little better and just lean over to basically pick up the silverware and gold. And we can, of course, steal that lantern. Jump up here and steal this axe out of the stump. And of course, I'm going to use that axe to sell. Are you kidding me? Okay, so every single playthrough on Xbox I've done, there's always... Oh, there he is. Never mind, I found him. Alright, let's go ahead and punch this mud crab and get some hand-to-hand XP. Because I do want to get at least 50 hand-to-hand. Because hand-to-hand is kind of poopy when you don't have it... Actually, 55. Because hand-to-hand is kind of poopy when you don't have it very high. So I am going to get it set up enough. Alright, we got 46 hand-to-hand. Of course, we're just punching this mud crab to death. So I do want to try and spare it a little. And man, I'm actually knocking this mud crab out cold for a few. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm going to have to hold off because my training partner here is really critically low. And you know, hand-to-hand is actually pretty busted, especially in 1v1s. And I do think I'm going to get some good bound equipment for hand-to-hand. The bound gauntlets, at the very least. Either that or some sort of, well, horny fist or whatever to increase my hand-to-hand even further, so I can deal more fatigue damage on standing opponents. Because whenever you punch a standing opponent, it always does like fatigue damage based off your hand-to-hand skill, and the health damage, it does have a cap, so you do want to be careful when it comes to that. It is usually nice to have a good backup weapon for whenever you do knock someone out, but if you're just in a 1v1 fight like this, you can see this fight is just so one-sided, it's not even funny. And I can literally just constantly and continuously grind off this one mud crab. And yeah, I've had characters before where I grinded from 5 hand-to-hand all the way to 100. With it just as a minor, just as a miscellaneous skill. But of course, I do want to actually level up off of hand-to-hand at least a good bit. So I did decide to make it a major skill. And of course, we are going to pick up some schools of magic, some magical spells, probably from a real or someone else, so we can cast spells. You know, become a part of the Shadow Wizard money gang, if we can. But of course, we're just here punching mud crabs at the moment. And I mean, we're doing good. I got my hand-to-hand up to 47. You know, it's going. And I mean, shoot, this mud crab's out cold. I mean, shoot, every time I land a punch, that is 3 XP. Wow, we need to, okay. Here, I'm going to let this mud crab actually, you know, it would be funny just to have, like, a spell that restores health and fatigue on opponents, specifically for training on them. You know, like, that would be messed up, but still. Ooh, you know, there definitely are a few spells I can get access to that would definitely screw with people. If I get some good damage attribute spells going, I could just straight up melt people with by just destroying their strength, endurance, agility, and willpower. If I bring all of those down to straight up 0, one punch would keep someone like this mudcrab, for instance, out cold like this for all eternity. So if I get a good AoE spell that just damages strength, agility, endurance, and willpower, then I could just turn a room all into my punk for like however long, you know? Just be able to walk around and just punch people, RKO them, and then just have everyone knocked out in one big room and just go around punching them while they're down. And of course, this is just A-grade gameplay right here. Just punching mud crabs so we can get ready for Tamriel Rebuilt, which is just over in the horizon. You know, I kind of want to just punch more mud crabs at this point, because this mud crab here he's not even absorbing that much. Like, he's just straight up being knocked out cold too many times. He's not able to eat that many fists. He's not able to catch these hands very well. So yeah, I'm going to give him a few seconds. In fact, while I'm doing that, I guess I can look at what spells I got. I got Detect Creature. Also got my Scrolls of Ardent Glow. Ooh, Prophet's Denial. Here, I think it's... What button would it actually be? Oh, it is F1. Alright, so... If I say... Select you, go to Magic Menu, and... do that. Prophet's Denial, you know, get a Detect Creature going. I could definitely use that to just see where I am. And I guess get Argent Glow up. Use that as much as I can whenever I need it. Because, you know, I definitely want to have Argent Glow scrolls and... Alright. Still one punch. Wow. I mean, what's my hand-to-hand looking like? Okay, so 48. You know what? There. Dead crab. Alright, we're going to go ahead and run up here, steal more lanterns, and I'm going to wait for old Fargoth to drop stuff off into his hidey hole so I can actually see where he's hiding all his stuff in. Alright, so let's see here. Grab this lantern. Alright. Sneaky, grab this lantern. Let's get some unarmored training with this one book. Take it up. Let's take this. Alright. barrels have nothing as usual. Nothing out of the ordinary. And I'm going to go ahead and take this lantern while we're here. And I'm just going to go ahead and head up to this lighthouse here. And we're going to, I think, yeah, there it is. There's the wait button. Alright. Hang on, it's 5 p.m., so... Oh, wait a minute. That... You know, that's actually a good feature right there. Having it show what time it's going to be once you're done waiting. That's definitely a good feature. Yeah. Ron Bays is doing pretty good for himself. Getting some good old gold. We're going to probably do the tax collector's quest. We're definitely going to grab the scrolls of Vicarian Flight. You know, I guess I can grab the spells from Real and just head to the mainland from Selanin. You know, that actually may be entertaining. I know Get Shiver did that. And I know we're definitely pretty far into our stream here. But you know, it would definitely be a entertaining way to get things rolling. I know we definitely want to check out at least a good bit. You know, maybe like the old Ebonheart or whatever, at the very least. Alright, and now that Fargoth is standing there, wait for him to leave. Alright, and now I can wait until it is exactly 12 p.m. Or not. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Alright. Now, time for us to descend down upon this tree, because this tree can help break your fall just like that. We're just going to go ahead and jump on over to the tree stump. We're going to steal Fargoth's supplies, his full stash. And we don't even need to talk with Flatfoot, because we got everything we need. Engraved ring and all. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and press F1 here. There we go. Magic menu. There we go. Engraved ring of healing. That's definitely going to be nice. In fact, there we go. Alright, there we go. And of course, Fargoth is just going to sit there constantly in crouched position until I reload the area. He's basically like, oh man, I really hope no one steals my stuff, not knowing any better. Package cascades. I'm going to... Yeah, I don't even know if I want to have the package on me or not when I go across the river. Let's see here. Does he have more scrolls of Argent Glow, though, on him? He does. Do I need scrolls of Argent Glow on my person? You know what? Tell you what. I'm not going to get more scrolls, because 2 should be enough. Let's see here. Alright, that's good. I'm going to get spells instead. Now, let's see here. We definitely want to have a nice cheap spell that has a good projectile, so I'm going to take Fireball. Absorb Fatigue is really nice. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough... Hearth Heal is kind of needed. Father's Hand is kind of useless. 1 to 40. So Absorb Fatigue. I'm definitely going to need that more than anything else. And you know... Spark. Spark might just be what I need the most as a good offhand alternate effects damage, you know? Let's see here, and if I go into F1, here, I'm going to actually have this make more sense, so I'm going to have Earth Heal as my start. I'm going to have Fireball and Spark as my backups. Keep the Engraved Ring of Healing there, and Argent Glow there. And for 6, I'm going to have... 6 is going to be my one stay. And I don't even need Detect Creature, because, let's face it, actually, wait a minute. I'm going to make this Absorb Fatigue. And yeah, I guess we can have Detect Creature and Prophet's Denial. That should actually be enough. Alright. So yeah, we got a good spell set up.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
Alright, now, definitely did a good bit here. So I do want to drop a good save, so we're going to go ahead and drop a nice save here. Harambe is on the move. There we go. Harambe is on the move. Alright. Now,
Go ahead.
time to go ahead. Did I just watch that? Did I just catch that on stream? Wait a minute. There is no freaking way. Oh my... Fargoth, what are you doing under the bridge? What? What is it? Are you following me? Leave me alone. Fargoth. Quit being so creepy. Now, I may have been seeing things as well as this Imperial was walking by. Okay, I was. Could have swore that guy had a closed helmet on. It was kind of creepy, but oh well. Alright, let's go ahead and make our way through. We're going to go ahead and grab the Scrolls of Icarian Flight, because we're going to definitely use one. I think we're going to grab Mentor's Ring, because that's actually going to be useful for my build as a whole. Yeah, Hearth Heal's nice. And of course, these spells here, they're going to be tough to cast. Oh wow, Absorb Fatigue is definitely going to need a bit of training. So yeah, we're definitely going to need to train up our skills a good bit before we can start properly using magic. But in the meantime, I guess we can train our hand-to-hand on ghosts and mud crabs in the area. Because that would actually be pretty fun. Oh yeah. Oh, I missed him. I was going to basically talk to him and have the... I don't want to talk about it right now. Alright, so we go ahead and grab his journal. Can I put his helmet on? Male Imga cannot wear helmets. Female Imga probably can, from what I'm gathering. And of course, yeah, Imga cannot wear shoes. Despite the fact that you start the game with one. And we're going to take the rest, because that's just 3 scrolls and a sword we don't even want to use, because we're going to sell that sword, you know, it's just whatever. We don't have need for it. But of course we've got us some monk robes, we've got us some light armor on. And we're set up pretty good as a monkey monk. And of course I'm going to look for some mud crabs to punch. Or Qualma Foragers. Qualma Foragers are also pretty nice to punch. You know, it'd be nice if I actually had some good magic to use to absorb fatigue, but I guess we need to train that up. Definitely gonna need to train mysticism up. Alright. Because of course absorb fatigue is just gonna be busted for hand to hand. And yes, Harambe, yes, we are punching Qualma Foragers today. We are training our hand to hand. You can quit complaining and you can just bend your wrists properly. Alright. We're getting some good hits in, you know. Some good 1-2s. heavy hits do actually matter, especially in hand-to-hand. In fact, I would say that when it comes to hand-to-hand, a good strategy I've noticed is if you throw mostly light punches for like for the majority of the fight, it will like drain the opponent's fatigue faster than your own fatigue. And then if you decide to use only heavy attacks for the rest of the fight once they're knocked down, it'll keep them knocked out for longer and deal more damage to their health, and a significant amount too. In fact, I'll show y'all. So here I am just punching normally. As you can see, I'm getting some good punches in. And of course, once I get him to that one mark in his fatigue, it'll lower his fatigue enough that I can start punching more reliably. And once that's the case, I can start to throw heavier hits. Get them in, mixed in with a few 1-2s. And of course my hand-to-hand just went up to 50, which is really good. And of course I'm just going to show y'all now. As you can see, I just took care of that fight like it was nothing. Simply because I threw some heavy hits near the end of it. Alright. Now, tombs. This is going to be fun. Because of course I don't have very much to go off of. I guess I can drop a save here. We're of course going to copy over that. Harambe is on the move. Alright. I think I can throw maybe a fireball or two. I mean, it's not like it's that tough to cast. We'll just see how much mana we have, you know. Like, let's see here. There's going to be a ghost up here somewhere. He's somewhere up here. Hang on. Where is this ghost? Okay, he's definitely around that corner. He's just waiting for me. Sometimes he's just sitting near the end of the hall, and you can just lob a fireball down and just destroy him instantly. Sometimes he's just hanging out right there. Yeah, we reliably threw a fireball. And of course, we're just punching a ghost to death. You know, have you ever seen anyone punch a ghost and start winning a fist fight with a ghost before? No? Haven't played enough Morrowind. Because this is just peak Morrowind combat right here. Peak Morrowind gameplay. You can punch ghosts and win the fist fight. Because your fists count as magical weapons in this game. And of course I couldn't dodge that spell, but that's fine. We'll get our acrobatics up there. Eventually. And of course we're actually knocking them down. And yeah, that's what I mean about hand-to-hand being absolutely busted in 1v1s. Because that fight right there, I made it look like it was nothing, didn't I? Alright, and I'm just going to go back here so I can rest up full health. And of course that's going to drop an autosave, blah blah blah. Alright. And wait a minute. What did I just see? Okay. I think we're at that right height where we can actually start to see through the ceiling. And do I have a detect animal? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is? Hang on. Detect animal. Wait. Soul branch. Okay, I just realized that as an Imga we do actually get a good bit of stuff as passives. I forgot that Imgas get detect animal as a passive, so we can actually see creatures on the map, on our mini-map, which is definitely hilarious. Alright, so that's actually going to be useful when we're in tombs and stuff. Because, of course, once we're in tombs, it actually has to force swap over to the local map. Let's go ahead and punch the skeleton, shall we? Alright, alright, let's go ahead and, Alright, that's fine, we can just load this autosave and try that again. Hopefully, yeah, that F's in chat, I guess. Wow. Hopefully, you know, just resting here, having reloads saved and whatnot. Hopefully that didn't... Are you freaking kidding me? Out of... No. No, you're not allowed. I do not allow you. Oh my god, we're actually... There is no way we are managing to beat up the Dark Brotherhood agent with our bare fists this easily, this early on. Now, of course, being a Tribunal enemy, Dark Brotherhood Assassin has a lot of health to go through, but of course, as you can see, you can just melt your way through the health slowly, just timing your heavy hits right, making sure you get some good ones in while he's down, and make sure to always get one in the second he stands up. And of course, we're getting our hand-to-hand skill very far up there. And of course, we're getting some of the bad rolls out of the way just by punching him while he's down. And it seems you almost always get a 100% chance to punch someone whenever they just stood up. And yeah, this is the reason why hand-to-hand is busted in 1v1s. Because you're not even affecting their health. Like, their health isn't even what determines the fight anymore. It's literally their fatigue. And yeah, journal updated. Well, we just got some good stuff here. Alright, so we definitely have some stuff we can... Got some boots and a mask we can sell. The rest is definitely going to benefit our armor significantly. So yeah, we have 7 armor rating now, which is nice. Our armor rating is only going to improve from there, because our armor rating is currently 11. Our light armor is currently 11, so, you know, that's very nice. Yeah, let's go ahead and rest up now that we got the Dark Brotherhood agent out of the way. Of course, if this was Xbox, that agent wouldn't even have a chance to spawn in until way later on. Like, until I was, like, level 6 or 7. And once I beat that Dark Brotherhood Assassin, he would not respawn ever. But of course, PC is different. That Dark Brotherhood Assassin will 100% respawn. And are you kidding me? Okay, okay. See how the game likes to play. Oh my god, there is no way. Okay.
No!
Yeah. Yes. Yes, Harambe. The answer is yes. Oh god. Please, not to the frickin' spear-wielding skeleton again. Oh my god, we don't even have a chance to heal up again.
No!
Our hand-to-hand is up. Please. Please. Stun lock him. Stun lock him, please. Ah, son of a... Okay. We're gonna have to load our save, and hopefully we can get him with some good old fireball gank. Because, you know, it seems hand-to-hand just isn't going to beat skeletons. Not yet, at least. Okay, alright, okay, alright, okay. And yeah, we managed to get that save, right? Okay. Oh my god, okay. Alright.
Burn! Burn!
There we go. Holy smokes. Alright. That spear was annoying to fight. But we managed to get through it. Okay, okay. And of course that's the last of the enemies in the area. At least the last of the area enemies in this tomb. And are you kidding me? Out of all the enemies that could spawn, you really want to fight me again? You know, we're at least getting some good gold out of this. This is possibly the one thing that kept me from PC Morrowind the longest. Was literally just Dark Brotherhood assassins. And the fact that you have to fight so many of them. Because it's anytime you rest, you always have to fight one. Or at least you have a pretty significant chance to fight one. But of course in Xbox, that's very different. But it seems like I have the upper hand, pun intended, whenever it comes to fighting Dark Brotherhood agents. I guess it's just I have the right hand to hand, so I mean, wow, that was very, very interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and get a full rest. And of course we got more stuff to sell. Yeah, agility, speed, luck. Alright, alright. See what's going on here. Alright. Well, we just killed 2 Dark Brotherhood agents, so we definitely have some good stuff we can sell to get some moolah in our system. Okay, let's go ahead and drop another Harambe on the move save. And we're going to go ahead and grab the Mentor's Ring finally, so we can actually be prim and properly ready for the DLC. Or not the DLC, yeah, I guess it's a DLC in sorts, you know. It's that big. That's what she said. Alright, so we got crushed fiber here, yada yada. Alright, alright, alright. But you know, I do want to get out of the DLC, out of the base game and actually into something enjoyable, so I am trying to hurry through this. Okay, so we got this here. I'm going to drop another save, because we're definitely going to need one for this, because this trap does significant amounts of damage. The second I activate this trap, I do want to heal. Alright, seems like we didn't really need to heal that much, but hey, it's still very useful to have that. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and take that, and we're going to go ahead and equip the Mentor's Ring. That's going to up our intelligence to 60, and our willpower to 45. Alright, so of course that's going to give us 60 mana, which is very nice. Alright, now to rest and fully heal. Hopefully I don't have another Dark Brotherhood assassin, thank goodness. Alright, alright. Yeah, these guys were definitely annoying. But hey, we got some more speed out of it from just hand-to-hand training. Go ahead and do the tax quest because it's very quick, and then we're going to jump over to the other islands. I guess we can punch mud crabs on the way and get some more hand-to-hand training. Yeah, this is peak Morrowind gameplay right here. Punching mud crabs. And of course, if we get our hand-to-hand up to 65, that would be nasty. We're just getting more and more stuff to sell at this point. And shoot, we have a really good strength score from being an Imga. Imgas get a really good strength. Here. Like, we have a 65 strength without even putting a single point into it. That means we had a 55 strength as base. You know, Imgas get a lot of good base strength from the looks of it. Not very good endurance, but a lot of strength. Now let's see how many Jeffreys there are here and how many foragers. Seems like we got a Jeffrey, so that's good. Seems like we just got a forager. What the? Imga lines are funny. Alright. Seems like we're getting some good progress in here. Punching llama. We'll be to the point where we can actually have enough gold to just probably say that we can just head over. Alright. Let's grab the Kwama Cuddle. Go ahead and grab the gold here. And the tax record. And I'm going to close, and you know, it's funny. In Morrowind, if you just click a book, it will actually open it first. Here, you actually have to do this. And it doesn't even say, like, journal updated or quest journal updated the second I do that. That's weird. Did my journal update, though? Oh, it did. Huh. Yeah, I'm used to quest journal updated, like, popping up on my screen. I guess I missed it. Maybe y'all would have seen it and I didn't. You know, the screen definitely has everything mixed around a good bit. But this is definitely enjoyable. Punching mud crabs. Alright, alright. We got this mud crab on the run. I like how I keep seeing die, ugh, all just popping up on screen. I wonder if that's like the guards seeing me punching mud crabs and they're like, we're going to help you, Mr. Harambe. And, you know, I just take care of the mud crab like it's nothing. But I guess the Satanine people don't care that much. Rock. I guess they're cheering me on with all those ha and yas, you know, like, alright, we got 60 hand-to-hand already. But, you know, that isn't bad. That's not bad in the slightest. Alright. That was some jittery animations there. Alright. Now to go ahead and tell this one guy that we found 200 gold on a corpse. He'll give us the quest and say, oh yeah, if you find the killer, we'll give you 500 gold. That will give us enough gold to basically be ready.
Do you need something?
Yep, I found 200 septums on a body. And now I'm going to go ahead and, I guess, rest down here to refresh my health and all that. And then I'm going to go beat up a murderer with my bare hands. Get in a fist fight with a Dunmer. And yeah, hand-to-hand in this game is definitely busted.
How can I help you?
One thing I do notice, though, is if you ever switch to world view, or to local view, within, the map, and have it locked, as you explore around, it will, re-update back to world map, which is stupid.
Welcome.
Alright, so I'm going
If
to
you
speak
wish
with
to talk,
Tamriel.
it is really no trouble at all.
Alright, and wow, 2 silver daggers, that is nuts. Okay, here, we're going to sell the spark sword, the 2 daggers. I'm going to resell all the shit and armor I already sold. And then sell you 1 piece of that. I'm going to sell this. Fortify health is useless. Crab meat I don't need. All this I don't need. Journal Tar Heel. I'm gonna sell the ashes and can't sell the key. I'll just leave the key with them. I don't think I need the tax record anymore, but just keep it just in case. Breaches? Yeah, breaches works. Yeah, helmet definitely goes over. Let me buy the breaches back, and I guess if I go 800 from there, we'll see if we'll see. You know, like this is a bit cheesy, but this is how I like to play, and it seems to actually work. Okay, cool. So we now currently have 853 gold. That is definitely more than enough, and we have plenty of stuff to turn into more gold once we get out of here. And we're just going to go ahead and walk up to Gilith, fists raised, because it doesn't matter. His disposition doesn't really matter at the moment. And we're going to say that is no excuse for murder. Your punishment has been decided. And we're going to punch him.
There is no escape.
You're right, there is no escape for you. You're trapped in here with me. Alright, we're just going to continue to beat the living crap out of this one murderer and just keep him down, basically. Alright. Wow. And yeah, this is mostly just me grinding out, I know, but you know, I do like to at least get a character grinded out before I actually do anything proper. So, you know. And I may cut out the grinding session here, because there is also Asimus Sartus, which has like slaves and stuff you can free and a little bit more, but honestly I feel like that would just be not so necessary. I feel this is just all the Satanine grinding I need, you know. A few minor dungeons and one quest here. Going to get mercantile increased a bit. There we go. Because we do want our mercantile raised a good bit. And now we're going to go ahead and... There we go. Sometimes I just need to get my mouse pad to work properly with me, because it does like to stick for some reason. I notice that's a problem even in Daggerfall. It doesn't like to stay with me, you know. Alright. Murder of Vidalis. There we go. 500 gold. And now we have 1,353 gold, and a bunch of Dark Brotherhood armor to sell and wear. So, I think that's all we need to go up here and go out to this boat here, or at least out here. And facing southward. You can see it just out there. I guess we can go up onto the White House here and jump southward. So that would be a very good place to stand. And I didn't even grab the ring off of Gilith that time, but you know what, that's whatever. We don't need the extra gold nor the potions. We should be fine with our build for the moment. We definitely can grind up more once we're on the mainland. Oh, and as you can see, it already swapped back over. I don't even know when it did, but it swapped over already from friggin' the world view back to from local view back to world view. I mean, let's see here. Can I jump onto this roof? Probably not. Alright. But you can see there's Ebonheart. And I'm going to go ahead and drop one last save here. Harambe on the move one last time. We're going to get into Tamriel Rebuilt. Alright, now. I'm going to go ahead and get a Scroll of Icarian Flight equipped. Okay, let me do that properly, I guess. There we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and... Three, two, one. What? Okay, hang on. I had the wrong spell equipped. Alright. We're going to load back. We're going to equip the right scroll. Streamer brain, I guess. Wonder what happened there. Alright, so we're looking that way. Scroll of Icarian Flight. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Woo! God, we are flying through the air. Slow down, Harambe. Slow down. Okay, we're going to have to, my game is lagging here. Okay, let's go ahead and get another scroll ready, because we're going to need to use another one. Because we just overshot. Where are we landing? Okay, we're landing here. Here, let's jump back. Okay, let's at least hit water or something. Crap. I may have to reload again. Because I just overshot yet again. Wow, I didn't realize that Scroll of Icarian Flight was going to send us that far. Here, let's go ahead and load and I guess try to not jump that far somehow? You know, it's just... Whoa. Okay, let's see here. Tell you what. If I jump from the ground, I guess I can, Ooh. Alright. If I jump from the ground, I'll probably be able to reach it a bit better and not just overshoot. Alright, so... Definitely want to look this way. Alright, let's see here. Alright, let's go ahead and get it equipped. Out. And... Okay, we definitely did not go where I wanted to. See, this is why having a nice... Okay. A slow fall or a fly. Alright, we're going to go ahead and... There we go. Cliff racers galore. Okay. Okay. There's old Ebonheart. Please tell me we're not landing back on Vardenfell. On all play. Are you kidding me? Okay, we're going to definitely need to reload. Um. Alright, we're going to get it eventually. Technical difficulties. We are flying around a bit. We definitely don't have enough weight weighing us down. I guess we did go with a bit of an acrobat build, to be fair. Um, yeah. I guess we wound up with the perfect acrobat build. So, tell you what, if I go from way back here, that will still be that would still be rough, but tell you what, actually,
Ah, well,
welcome indeed. Alright, tell you what. I might actually have an idea, this may be dumb, but it might just work. Actually, no, I need air control for that, so, no, that wouldn't work. Okay, I got this, alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way back here, right?
How can I help
Exhausting myself all the way to Jeffrey over here in the back.
I see you.
And of course, from low fatigue and being way farther back, we should at least land close enough to Ebonheart to be able to at least successfully enter Ebonheart, you know? Alright. Now, we're going to use one scroll of Vicarian Flight. We do have a limited supply of these. Alright. That definitely looks a lot more like it. Okay. Are we landing in the water? We died. Okay. Here. I got another idea that could work, because we actually landed very close doing that. I guess if I just stand here, actually, I can jump here, and if I don't get stuck up in the lighthouse, okay, never mind. So long for that idea. Okay, Here, if I just go up here, then if I get the scroll, alright, going to, oh, no, okay, well screwed. Alright. Oh, shit. Alright, okay. Yeah, we're definitely flying way too far in. Way too far inland, so I'm going to definitely have to reload here. Alright, well, this is definitely fun. Hope this is engaging gameplay, trying to land near Ebonhearts and die trying, or simply overshoot by way too far. Alright, so, I feel like we were on to something when I did the Jeffrey route. We're definitely going to go back here, get our spells ready. Ready, spell. Let's go ahead and have a carrion flight out. There we go. And of course, Qualma Forger is taking Jeffrey's place, but that is perfectly fine. Because we're not going to be here for long anyways, so. Alright. And I'm going to line it up just right. Okay, so it loads, and with the load, it does force me at the bottom of the sea. And that's what's killing me, is I'm going into the bottom of the water too quickly. Okay. That is stupid. Okay, but here, if I just from here This may be stupid, but I got an idea. Alright, alright. We're just going to ascend and fly over. And it seems like we just made zero progress doing that. We just fell very far. And yeah, you see, if you land in the water without loading a new area, it doesn't kill you. But if you land in the new water while it's loading an area, it does kill you. Okay, I mean, I could use boat travel, but I want to try and do this some other way, you know? Like, I want to be unique about this. So what I'm going to do, I guess I'll land more closely in the city itself. So I'm not going to jump from all the way back there, but I am going to jump from a bit more back here with low fatigue, so I'm not just flying all the way across Vardenfell and then all the way across Ebonheart and farther into the mainland, you know? Alright, alright. Now, let's go ahead and get the Scroll of Icarian Flight out. Alright. Let's go ahead and get another Scroll of Icarian Flight out. There we go. Alright. A monkey flip. Okay, we're going to need to get another Scroll of Icarian Flight out. Or not, or so. Why? The water doesn't seem to water right. The water does not like me, apparently. I guess the game just isn't used to there being such raised terrain there. But still, it just doesn't make much sense, you know? Alright, alright. But that was definitely close. We ran right into the walls, so we were definitely close. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and jump around here. Alright, and then of course go ahead and get the Scroll of Icarian Flight out.
May I help you?
Alright, alright, and of course we're going to get another Scroll of Icarian Flight out. Alright, alright. And there we go. And, okay. Yep, we're going to jump on in, I guess. There we go. May as well use up all my scrolls since, you know, and, oh, this is Fort Anceus. Huh. Well, I guess we've landed in the fort. Let's make sure that lasts until the full 7 seconds are up. There we go. Alright, and alright. Let's go ahead and speak with the first person here. See what Marcius has to say now that he saw a monkey fly from the sky. I don't believe I've seen an Imga with such a grand outfit in some time. Can I help you? Well, you have nothing, so I guess persuasion XP is going to be your main goal here. There we go. 96 disposition. That looks fine. Alright. We arrived here. There's a Gwar. That's cool. I got a pack Gwar here. Drozel. Why does that sound like a Khajiit? You guys did not polymorph a Khajiit into a Gwar, did y'all? That would be stupid. What do you have to say about this? What? You say you've been attacked by assassins? From your description, it sounds like the Dark Brotherhood. I'm not sure who you angered, but stay away from me. I suppose this should be reported, though. Speak with to Apollos Matis and Ebonheart of this matter. Scum, all of them. If they're after you, friends, you better find yourself some help, or write a will, or both. Like, how would he know about Apollos, though? I guess that's just an oversight, you know? Or just the fact that you're not really supposed to, talk to these guys about the Dark Brotherhood, and that you're supposed to come here after at least getting the Dark Brotherhood attack once. You know, and I guess, now that we're here in this fort, I guess we can drop a save. We'll just call this Harambe in a New Land. Harambe in a New Lands. There we go. And that's just going to be our save for being here, basically. Being in the New Lands, and specifically for Fort Oncilius, or whatever. Hello, Guard, what do you have to say? You're Imperial Law and Imperial Legion, yada yada. And I guess there's not really much to do in this fort. It's possible that this is just a random fort. There is a main keep here, though. We'll see if the main keep has anything important. We'll look for an important figure. You know, see what Fort Oncilius has to offer for someone who just came from Seydanin. And, you know, I just realized they have a Skyrim banner right here. Because usually it's red for Morrowind, but this is usually the imperialized banner you see in Skyrim. And who are you? What kind of helmet is that? Hang on. You're not walking away from me. Get your ass back here. Imperial Archer. Okay. Okay, that's cool. So they have more than just Imperial troopers. They got Imperial archers. That's back out into Fort Oncilius in its main area. And I noticed this seems a lot bigger on the inside than it does on the outside. And there's more Imperial banners. Wooden arch door. And hey, you're someone. Rojana Jades. How are you doing, Rojana Jades? I don't know you. What do you want? Oh, really? You don't know me? Will you accept admiration? Oh, dear God, please. Please accept my admiration. Oh, God. Please tell me I did not just screw with this one person. Okay. Well, I may have just screwed over this one character. Yeah. Little advice. If you kill yourself trying to complete a job that's too difficult for you, it's nobody's fault but your own little secret. Oh yeah, nothing for you, get lost. So all of your stuff is blocked out. And yeah, this person does not want to talk to me in the slightest. So yeah, I probably just screwed over any quest with that person. Vardenfell Crime Rising. Ooh, the Ebonheart Bellman. Ooh, this is nice. Vardenfell Crime Rising. According to the Imperial Legion source, trouble is brewing on the island of Vardenfell, with smuggling, thievery, and even killing on the rise. Coast Guard patrols are apprehending an increasing number of smugglers in the Bitter Coast region, while rumors spread of turf wars between rival streets and gangs in Balmora. Most disturbing is a wave of murderers, targeting innocent citizens. Up to 5 Imperial settlers have been brutally killed in the past few weeks. In Vex City alone, it is a difficult asset to cause the root cause of all these disturbances, but fanatical Dark Elf separatists are a prime suspect. This is a sobering development for many in Old Ebonheart, who have profited handsomely from Vardenfell settlements. That sounds rough. Well, looks like there's definitely a lot here. See, can I perhaps try to admire you a bit more? Okay, well that managed to help out a little. So here, if I just reset, and then if I reset dialogue again, oh crap. It seems like, yeah. Of course, getting that 10 disposition. Ah, I missed it. Ah, I missed it again. Ah, I missed it again. There we go. Managed to get it locked onto 10 disposition. Here, let's see what you have to say. So, your background, not telling you anything else. What about Imperial Legion? We are here to uphold the law, little advice. Alright. If you do the crime, pay the fine. Don't do the time. You might think it's bad. Yeah. Okay. Want advice, rookie? I've been around Rising Knights, Morrowind Legion. Okay. It's out of Daedric Ruins. Here, let's see here. Yeah, this person definitely does not want to talk to me anymore. We definitely need to raise our speechcraft a bit more if we want to talk to that person anymore. Man, this is actually a pretty nice place, though. Just looking at this Imperial Fort, they did a good job here.
If a few words can help,
It
I'd be
definitely
happy to talk.
fits, you know, to say the least. Of course, I know this is definitely one of the less interesting areas. No, look, broken gauntlets on a bed, isn't that nice? You know, like, this is just literally an Imperial Fort, but it seems we got ourselves someone who might actually have something. I don't think I've been introduced, Traveler. I'm Sorvig. How can I help you? What's your background, Sorvig? Ah, you're an initiate at the Imperial cult? Okay, you won't really give me much advice, but a little secret. Talk to everyone. What's the latest rumors? Natives say that this search of the inner sea wasn't always water. Seems like you don't have much.
What's your pleasure?
Ho, what's your... Did you really call me a ho? What? Okay, let me admire you, I guess. Get some training. Ooh, we actually had you at 100 disposition. There we go, 99, that works. There, make this person best friend of mine. The lady upstairs hates me, but at least this lady loves me, adores me. And you look like you might actually have something to offer. Yes, you have a skooma pipe. Oh, and it looks like I don't have anything to sell you, but still, you have a good skooma pipe. Alright, looks like you got some good potions to sell. Night Eye, restore personality, magic resistance, shock, bargain restore health. Yeah, I'll take a couple bargain restore health. And let's see here. Water breathing, cure paralyzation, common disease, blight. Ooh, standard restore magicka is nice. I'll take restore mana. And restore fatigue. Alright. And let's go ahead and get that for a good offer. There we go. Alright, alright.
How can I help you?
Ooh, it goes deeper. Who are you? Hold up, hold up. You look significant. Hello,
Do you want something?
Cathalamar. Greetings, Harambe. I am Cathalamar, champion of Fort Anilisius. If you're not here on official business, I suggest you move along. What can you tell me about the Imperial Legion? Well, we have two forts in this region, Fort Oncilius and Tien on the inner sea. Fort Oshmoth near Vernus, the Legion also has a permanent garrison at the Imperial Commission in Ondelthrin. In addition, Old Elbenhort is the Legion headquarters at the Ebon Tower, is across the Thier River. What were you looking to join the Imperial Legion? Join the Imperial Legion? That sounds fun. Well, you want to join the Legion? Try Nissus on Vonfell, Old Ebonheart, or Firewatch. Those are garrisons currently recruiting. I can actually go to Old Ebonheart and get into the Imperial Legion? Okay, that's cool. What can you tell me about the forts here? Well, in this part of Morrowind, the Legion has garrisons at Andorthen and Kragenmoor, as well as Fort Anilius near Teen. The Legion also mans the border of fort at Shadowgate Pass. Shadowgate? Is that anywhere near Blackgate, I wonder? Because Blackgate is definitely cool. Curtain wall. This here's the main entrance. I guess we can go through here and look around a bit more. You know, this is definitely a nice area. This is definitely a nice fort to explore. You know, I definitely learned a good bit. I guess we can drop a new save here as we're about to embark out into the wilderness. You know, I feel like we can explore for another half an hour now that we're finally here. So we're finally here, performing for you. So I guess that is Tien then. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Can I see it on the map? No way. Tien. And there's Endothryn. Okay. So I'm near Tien and Endothryn. Ooh, nice, nice. So we got Tien down here, just past the docks from the looks of it. And it looks like we got a little ship miser down here. Hello, Imperial Coast Guardsmen. You're of the Imperial Law, so I will, in fact, move along. And, of course, we got some nice-looking boats here. Like, look at these Imperial ships, you know? Bufflehead? Bufflehead? Yeah, like, this definitely looks nice, though. It looks like a Viking vessel of sorts, you know? And I like how that boat has a friggin' safety raft on the side, a little safety boat, a little safety vessel, you know? And you look like you're, a boat handler. I don't think we've been introduced, traveler. I'm Delvin, Gruneth. How can I help you? What's your background? I'm Delvin Garneth, a mariner aboard the Ash Runner. The Ash Runner? Hang on, that is actually a badass name. You're a part of a boat that's called the Ash. Here, let me admire you. You, sir, smell nice and are a very nice looking man. I hope that you have many great voyages and that you have many great profits on your journey. Enjoy that 95 admiration. You know, Harambe is over here being nice. He's talking to people, and you must be the captain or whatever. Not many tourists aboard a working Navy vessel. Imga, Captain Decian is in the hold if you're looking for her. Wait, you're not the captain? In the hold? Hang on. So below, I guess the hold would be below deck, right? Tim Ashrunner. Oh, this looks nice. Haven't heard from him for ages. Wait, who haven't you heard from for... No way. Pillows aboard? You must be working with, some lady I know. And, oh, look. Imperial Navy leather armor. Imperial... That is some cool looking armor. Alright, well, you must be the captain. This is the Ash Runner, Monkey Monk. She's not much to look at, but she's got what it takes in the scuffle. Welcome aboard. What's your background? I'm Captain Avelia Desian of the East Navy. Tim Ashrunner is in my command. Okay, nice. What's your trade? I'm a sailor. I work on a ship where I rig sails, tie knots, swab decks. Yeah, figures. Any secrets? How do you recognize the Daedric name? Yeah, long, weird names. I already heard that before. If you take a job that's too hard, yeah. Alright, latest rumors. At first, it seems the fuss about the Nerevarine prophecy was just silly superstition, but I learned that the Dunmer have been waiting for Lord Nerevar to come back for centuries. The Incarnate, they call it. Every few years, an Ashlander appears, and the tribes call him the Incarnate. Then the temple goes out, hunts him down, and reveals him as a fake. Why does the temple worry so much about it? Yeah, it is weird. But you know,
If a
Varnfell
few
is
words
weird.
can help, I'd be happy to talk.
Alright, well, there's not really much to do on the Ash Runner, but this is definitely a cool area. I wonder if they're going to do anything with the Ash Runner, because that sounds like a badass name, and I want to see more of the Ash Runner. So they got a safety boat out here. Of course, it looks like Tim is just on the other side of this area. I wonder if there's just a loop around you can take. That'd be cool. Guess we can just take a loop around. Alright. So here we are, out in the wilds of mainland Morrowind, huh? Tamriel Rebuilt. Alright, look at this place. There's a lot of nice mushrooms around here. Bluefoot. Bluefoot? Does it give you blue feet? Here, let me see. Oh crap, it did! I have blue feet. Wait, no. I always had blue feet, never mind. Oh, this is an ingredient? Lame. Looks like a Timask spore from Baldur's Gate 3. There's that an ingredient. Wow, that's... Oh well. Betty Netch. That's nice. Oh look, and road signs. We actually get to see a bit more about the area. So let's see what all is around here in this crossroads. So there's Fort Encelius, which we just left. We got Tien, and we got Endothryn. Endothryn. Alright, let's go to Tien. Because, you know, Tien sounds unique. I don't think I've ever seen Tien before. You know, I think... Or is that even the right spelling? Like, is that the right pronunciation? Like, Tien? Or is it Tain? Or Teen? Or Ten? Like, is the Y silent? Or is the N silent? Is it Tay? I'm just gonna call it Tien. Because, you know, Tien is easy to pronounce. And I guess we got another, about, like, 20 minutes that I could just keep going. I guess we can go on for another 20 minutes before wrapping things up. Doesn't seem like there's much activity, but, you know, some people are watching.
Whatever you want.
At least someone's watching.
Within reason.
Yeah, let's see if anyone around here has anything to say. I don't believe I've seen Imga with such a grand outfit. Yeah. Can you tell me about anyone in particular? Well, the two Bosmer... hang on. The two Bosmer, Carafe and Verga, run Carafe's trade house. Nemo Arthar is the chief agent at the Census and Exis office. Census and Exis? That's cool. And Rogina Jades is the commander at the nearby fort. Yeah, I just been there. There's a Census and Exis office here? That is cool. Okay, let's see what the trade house is like. Run by two Bosmers, hey? Bosmers are cool. Oh my god. That is so hilarious to look at. Yeah, definitely a new Khajiit face I can see. Alright, Brass Claws, Missouri, welcomes you. How may Brass Claws, neighborhood no friend? Tell me your background. Brass Claws follows the trade of Master at Arms. Oh, whoa. What's that? Well, I'm a master of arms. I am a master of all the basic weapon types. Long blades, short blades, axes, blunt, weapon spears. I'm willing to train. Oh, you're willing to train? Ha! You're not strong enough. Brass Claws has battled and mounted Sinchrots 7 times your size. Sparring with a feeble thing such as yourself would only bring dishonor. The Dunmer is far-cornered mighty, or us will make a better training partner for you. Wow, you did not have to insult me like that. I mean, you're so nice. You don't need to be so mean. Oh, well, you'll flatter me. Now, can you train me? Ha! You're not strong. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see what you have to say. I can get a bed here. Let's see here. 10 gold for the day. Alright. Alright. Good. Bed is yours upstairs. Forthright. Enjoy your stay in TN. Alright.
I'm not busy
How may I
now.
help you?
What do you need?
Let's see what's a bed here at Surafay's trade house is like. You know, Surafay's looks like it might be a nice place. I mean, we got an orc up here. That's cool. Where's my room? One on the right. Wrong room. Ah, unlocked door. That's 100%. Wow, this place is a mess, to say the least. There's shoes on the floor right here. Nice and folded robe. A chest full of pillows. Seems excessive, but I guess it's cool. Ooh. Arcana restored. Wait. 3 pounds. Okay. I thought that said 3,000 for a second. I was about to be like, wait a minute. Alright, let's see here. So, it's 11 p.m. Let's wake up at 9 in the morning. You know, I guess 9 in the morning would definitely be a good place to start off. And of course, get us a good level up in. Get some extra speed and personality up. A little extra luck, you know. Definitely want to train up all my magic skills at some point. Now, let's see who this person is, because... Well, Matarambe, what brings you to TN? I guess you're just an admire partner. I'll just get you up to... Just having random NPCs that don't really have any proper quests for you but can still be admired is just one of the funniest things. And oh, look at that! Exactly 100 disposition. Okay, well, if we ever get a quest... If we ever get a quest with that Kaj, we will have our best chances with 100% disposition. That is beautiful. Now, it said that there's 2 Bosmer here. I see one up here. Aha! You're Ervel. You're Villig. I guess that's your sister upstairs? You sneeze in my face? Could you not? I thought you were like... Isn't that just insanitary? I guess I'm admiring this guy, though, so I should probably not be insulting him at the same time. He might not like that. But 99 disposition should definitely be good enough. Let's see what kind of... Ooh, wolf's blood wine. You got various wines here. Twin Moons wine. Okay, there's fine wine. Surly Brothers? I mean, it's impossible to just not, you know? And hang on, what's the gold like? Okay, so solar gold 190. I currently have over 1,000. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to take that Surly Brothers wine, because that is definitely nice. That's a good wine. Surly Brothers are definitely a very enjoyable company I like from Oblivion. Now, does anyone here in this inn have a quest? I don't think we've been introduced, traveler. I'm Garlu Hervula. How can I help? Oh, you don't have much, do you? Crap.
I'm not busy now.
What
What do
about
you
you?
need?
I don't think we've been introduced, traveler. I'm Mendisi Orados. How can I help? Oh, do you have any training for me? Whoa, this is different. Okay, this definitely has to be a PC thing. Or something. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, it seems like we can definitely train our skills up a bit if we need it. We could probably train up our long blade and start using long swords if I really wanted to, but I feel like having long swords would kind of defeat the whole purpose of being a monkey monk, you know? And I mean, we're here in Tien, and Tien seems like a nice land. Seems like a good place I can explore for the rest of this first stream here. Alright, and what's your dealio? Greetings, Monkey Monk. Would you like to help a jeweler in need? Rossarthi would be grateful. Oh, really? Yes, you see, Rossarthi is a fine jeweler who travels across Tamriel to offer the finest jewels to the finest lords. Rossarthi was out on the road of Alminus, traveling back to Tien to visit his lovely wife when he was ambushed by an outlaw. He stole Sarthi's wares and retreated to a cave just outside of Alminus. Will you help Sarvi retrieve them? He'll pay you handsomely in gold if you decide to help. Sure, I can help. Ah, thank you, traveler, thank you. The outlaw fled to Yensipi, a cave just southeast of Ominus. Rasarthi will be waiting in Seraphi's trade house upstairs in the third room on the right. To be clear, Rasarthi doesn't care about anything stolen beside the ring of Euphoria. It's a ring special enchantment made by a Nord named Jaffmin the Clever. On Rasarthi's way here, Rasarthi must ask that you do not wear it. Just bring it here, and you'll have your pay. Can you tell me where Yanashpi is? Ah, Rasnarthi believes that the name of the cave, it should be southeast of Alminus. Ask the locals if you can find it. And what does the ring look like so I know what I'm looking for? Ah, this is a special ring that Rasarthi made for his wife. Rasarthi brought it to a Nord enchanter named Joffman the Clever, who had just arrived in Ominus. The Nord's price was expensive, but the enchantment was priceless. It is no longer a normal ring, but a ring enchanted to make the wearer feel eternal bliss. That's why Rasarthi asks that you do not wear the ring. He wants his beautiful wife to feel the full effect. Okay, so, alright, I need to go to Yanospi, which is southeast of Ominus.
Welcome, friend.
Oh, and that's what your voice actually sounds like, huh? So, Alminus, and we are supposed to go southeast. Oh, wow, that is far away. Okay, so we definitely need to leave that for the next episode, or the next stream, next week. Anyone else got any jobs? Well, Matarambe, what brings you to Tien? Okay, nothing, looks like. There's a well here. Well, isn't that well interesting? what do you have? Well, it's Harambe. What brings you to Tien? Okay, nothing usual. Nothing of the
Under sun
norm.
and sky, Outlander, we greet you warmly.
Tien Customs and Contraband Warehouse.
May your battle show only victory, friend.
What do you want? Nothing apparently. You don't have any services here in this warehouse. Oh, shoot.
After the kicking I gave that.
Time to talk?
Better,
I have a few minutes.
Okay, so that's definitely a lock I need to get into way later on down the line. Alright, alright. Now I heard they have a Census and Nexus office. They do! Okay, let's see what the Census Nexus office looks like somewhere other than Vardenfell, since Vardenfell has been where the Census and Nexus office was. You got up in my face to talk to me. Okay, what do you want? I don't think we've been introduced, traveler. I'm Narvod Sardis. How can I help you? Nothing apparently. What's the rumors? Jalosi Malar, the commoner here in Tien, mentioned that her mother from out of town is coming for a visit. Oddly enough, Jalosi didn't seem too happy about it. Oh, someone doesn't like their mother, huh? Okay. Military tactics in the new era. That is bright and looks like a really long read. We could definitely leave that for later, I guess. Alright, alright. Let's see what we got here. Okay, you look like a fine fellow,
You're
Nemo.
imagining things.
What kind of voice was that? Well met, Harambe. What brings you to Tien? What's your trade? I am a chief agent of the Imperial Census and Nexus office in Tien. We handle customs. Okay, cool. You don't really have much.
Time
then.
to talk? I have a few minutes.
I guess I was imagining things. What the heck? Okay, okay.
What was that?
Guard captain. Oh, blank scroll. I should have known. Let's see here. Blank scroll, blank scroll. Well, there's definitely nothing up here interesting then. Well, there's this area, apparently. Alright, well this looks like it's a lot like the usual trade house storage room. The warehouse, you know. Pants. Pretty pants if you ask me. Alright, I guess there's not really much of actual use here. Like, seriously, this is...
I'll never get this stain out.
Okay, who... Is that my character speaking?
May I help you?
I wonder if my character is actually just having an internal monologue with himself. Because it does kind of sound like an Imga. Imga voice lines. Now, Imgas do have a pretty unique, distinct voice. Looks like we've got a bunch of shacks here. Ooh, this one's open. What do you have to offer? Nothing of value. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Ooh, you look like a unique person, and I can travel through you to Ebonheart or on Dothrin. That's cool. So I can go to Old Ebonheart.
Need something?
Alright, so there's definitely people you can travel around with around here in Tien.
What is this about?
Tien definitely seems like a nice place. Old Jade's house. Hello, Jade's. How are you doing? Ooh, someone in particular. You know something, huh? Oh, well, not really much more than I know. yeah, you don't really have
Time to
anything to
talk.
say that I
I've a
don't
few
know
minutes.
already. Got a nice slaughterfish mounted on the wall, though. Like that taxidermy job. It's really cool. Alright, alright. What else is there here in TN to look
In
at?
the front lines on the war against crime.
Time to talk.
Is
I've a few minutes.
on the front lines in war,
An
huh?
honor, to be sure.
Yeah, it seems like there isn't really much else to explore, you know? Ooh, you have special little advice. Let me tell you, there are some mean and nasty creatures in Rothrorian, but the meanest and nastiest of them all is the elite. Over numerous too. If you ever manage to kill and skin them nasty creatures, be sure to bring its hide to me. I'll pay a decent bounty for it. Really? If you manage to kill a lit, be sure to bring its hide to me. I'll pay 10 drakes for each catch. Wow. Really? 10 drakes. That, you know, like, you say decent bounty, and then you say 10 drakes. That is nothing for a lit hide. Like, seriously. 10 drakes per lit hide. That's actually hilarious. Okay, but of course, next episode we're going to have to head down this way, because it is starting to get late. And yeah, I do have work tomorrow, so this could definitely be a good place to wrap things up for now. You know, we made some good progress here. We made it to TN. We got Harambe here nice and decked out, geared up. We're going to head forward into new lands, new horizons in the next week. But I do hope y'all enjoyed this stream so far. We got a good save there, so that should be nice. Yeah. Hopefully that actually saves up. Thank you to Simplistic for joining in, staying with me if you're still there. I do appreciate everything about helping me out with OBS. And yeah, I think I'm going to have to wrap things up. This has been your bro Frostgreen. I think I'm going to have to catch you on the next one. Later! And let me just go ahead and go here. Oh lord.